Luke.
And we have finally finished the Star Wars trilogy. It is currently 11:11. Make a wish, everyone. And the lighting is finally good enough for us to shoot this thing because there's not light coming in from the window.
It's dark now. Is what Keegan is saying.
So
what I'm saying.
Each finished our selected 6-packs.
Well, some of us.
And I drank the 3250 degrees Kolsch and Sierra Nevada's hazy little thing.
I had half of a Hefeweizen.
TJ exclusive.
TJ exclusive. And I also had a full Corona. So I did have 5.5. I was supposed to have a stout. Can't remember the name of it, but
it was another TJ exclusive. No one didn't know the name of it.
Maybe if I'm awake for a little bit longer after this, we'll see.
Yep. So thoughts on Return of the Jedi? I always liked it because it was like you can't watch 4 and then 5 and not 6. But I was very disappointed on rewatch this time. Like before, so like you disliked New Hope a lot.
So I would say like on a scale of me actively going around militantly telling people my dislike of New Hope, it is not that strong anymore. Like
so
if anyone asks me about it, I will say I really hate it. I not hate it. I really dislike it.
I knew New Hope was the weakest one in the original trilogy for me. And so I knew that, so I wasn't so disappointed watching it again. But I haven't seen 6 in a while, I don't think.
This one is...
I watched this again. Just, if there weren't fucking Ewoks, and if, like, the Rebel plans actually made sense, or, like, any of that shit.
So, yeah, this one was a little different for me. So, I loved the Jabba the Hutt, the first act. A lot.
Love it. That's why I always think I like it, I guess.
Like, I think it is by far the best part of any of the OG trilogy series. Like, easily. Luke's actually a badass and competent.
Right, yeah.
Like, everyone is doing their part except for C-3PO, but that has been...
It's a whole other...
Yeah, that's always been the case of him being a jackass. And then everything's fine. So... I think up until there, I'm like, you know what, I'm still going to like it. And then they split up, right? They go on separate mission again. And I still think, okay, it's fine, it's cool, it's dandy.
C-3PO becomes a golden god of koala bears.
And then Luke has like a little moment of inner peace with Yoda. And then he's dead. Yoda's fucking, I can't believe Yoda fucking died.
Oh, yeah, he just croaked.
Yeah. And then, okay, now this is where this really gets me. Because... everyone converges early on this time, which I didn't expect based off of the second one. Because I really like the structure of that. But then they do the little forced chase scene. I was telling you earlier, I don't really like chase scenes in general in movies. And then in this one in particular, I didn't like because I don't have a problem with the special effects in Star Wars. Actually, I've never cared about like critiquing a movie for that, but the lack of good special effects here really made the tension of that chasing for me.
It was like the cuts were all different. I really liked the chase scene actually.
And by the way, for the chasing that we're referring to is Leia and Luke on the speed bikes. Yeah, and there's like four, maybe
something.
6.
They're like scout troopers on the bikes. Yeah,
and they're just going through and like weaving through trees and stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I really like the intensity of weaving through the trees and kind of the high stakes of like I mean the people who hit the trees it caused a reaction in me watching that happen. But then they do it like 6 more times. Yeah. Like there's nothing kind of new that comes out.
So so up until there though it's like I didn't love it anymore like I did the Jabba the Hutt scene, but
the Jabba the Hutt scene.
I actually really like that.
Everything else, like all the middle bits, not so much for me. The final confrontation with Darth Vader, like better than those scenes, but not great.
Okay, so like I did. I guess I'll do everything I liked first. So Darth Vader and Luke actually standing strong and not real. Like he's wearing black the entire film.
Yeah, and he like certainly has like some like anger outbursts and stuff, but he never like succumbs.
And it's probably the only like. overt symbolism, like, hey, if you didn't catch this, we're gonna make you catch it. Luke looks at his hand, the robot hand, and then he looks at his father's hand after he cuts it off, and then he's like,
same.
You, me.
Same.
Exactly, same. So, props to them for putting that in, I guess. But I did actually like the ideological battle between them.
Yeah,
like,
that was
nice.
But that's why I've always said, maybe I've articulated this poorly over the years, but I've always told you I love the original trilogy of Star Wars because the story was so well told.
But see, that's the thing is, it's not. It's just
it's
that
not.
final.
But
it's just like 10 minutes.
The entire 3 movies is that ideological discussion.
But is it Luke never is tempted the way Anakin is in the OG ones?
He's
the OG trilogy is bad too.
Well, you were talking about how in A New Hope Luke was like a sociopath and all that stuff. He's clearly a kid with a lot of just like undirected anger and shit, and he constantly finds outlets for it that he has to restrain himself from. And they don't do the greatest job showing that struggle, but it does make it on screen.
I feel like you are creating a narrative.
You think I'm extrapolating stuff that's not there?
Yes. I don't disagree that that's what happened at the end, but I do not believe there's anything that led up to that, like at all.
No, I mean, if you've seen it all before, and then you watch through again looking for that, it's there, but it's not there to a viewer. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm completely off base here.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. All I'll say is I did like that ideological battle at the end. I actually didn't know that. I mean, I knew that Luke and Leia were twins. I knew that Luke, like Darth Vader, was their father. I didn't know that he turned good until like 4 years ago.
Oh yeah, I had redeemed himself.
Yeah, I had gone my whole life without knowing that bit. So that was cool to see, like, it happen.
Yeah.
Okay, now the thing that actually makes this movie like tied for
it's equal to New Hope for you.
I don't know that it's equal, but I was definitely less engaged.
Oh yes, Empire Strikes Back is best movie of the 3.
Yeah, because like New Hope, even though I had like more gripes with it and disliked it, I at least was. It was like watching a bad movie and like pointing it all out, right?
Yeah.
But like the gripes here are the Ewoks and the way the directing is and all of it. So like,
well, and no, it's just not believable.
No.
Like the whole Rebel fleet is like 30 odd ships.
No.
That are like fighter ships, and then like one big boy.
Yeah.
And then like a ground team of like, if we're stretching it and we're assuming most of the rebels on the ground are off camera, 100 people.
Yep.
And then like 100 bears that they found in the woods that are like barely civilized, like have just discovered cooking their food.
Yeah, they are Stone Age level of technology here.
And then like that versus literally. I mean, if we don't even grant the stormtroopers and the Empire the same, like, off-camera liberties we are for the rebels, it's thousands of them. Hundreds in each shot. And then every ship that the Empire has is, like, a cruiser or battleship class against, like, 30 fighters and, like, one big boy.
Like, the only one that made sense was for Luke to have won against the Emperor. And that's because Vader did have some good in him, and he helped out.
Oh my god, I fucking love how long he mulls it over. Luke's getting lightning, and Vader, I shit you not, it's just...
Father, help me!
He's like, maybe, but I've been conditioned to not do that.
This goes on for like a minute and a half at least.
Like, for a lifeless mask, I've never seen more gears turning, in like those glass eyes.
It's so bad. I think what really gets me about the final like climactic battle too, that I hate so much, is that it's so much of that, like so much of the same thing over and over. But it's so much of the same thing over and over, split into 3 different battlefronts.
Yeah.
Like, I get what they're doing. I've seen it in movies before where, like, everyone's fighting their own battle and then it's all contributing to the one
I don't know, man. I'm just going to get mad if we keep talking about Return of the Jedi. So how's this instead?
Okay.
All right. Now that you've seen the whole trilogy, We started this with New Hope. Who's your favorite character?
Han, easy.
Easy.
Oh wait, timeout. Actually, before this,
okay,
one last thing.
R2D2.
Okay, no, timeout. One last thing. No,
that's not where you were going.
One last thing about The Last Jedi, or not Last Jedi.
Return of the
Jedi.
Yeah.
Okay. The blasters. The blasters have consistently been shown to have been one hit, one death. Boom! It hits you, you die. Through stormtrooper armor too.
Yeah.
Leia gets shot in the arm and then manages to pull off 2 more shots, and then she says, it's not that bad.
Yeah. And like, it's
Does
like...
she have super Jedi durability?
No.
Then how did this happen?
Here's my... I don't know. She should be dead. It's totally just plot armor. I don't know what else to tell you. But at the same time, in the beginning, you get hit with a blaster in New Hope, you got a fucking hole in your chest. You get hit with a blaster in Empire Strikes Back, you got a fucking hole in your chest and you're on fire. You get hit with a blaster in Return of the Jedi, you're just a little on fire. There's no hole.
I hate this movie. I do hate this movie, actually. Now that I'm talking about it enough,
yeah,
I hate
I'm definitely inciting your anger with it too. But anyways, so
favorite character,
Star
Han,
Wars
easy.
original
trilogy.
trilogy.
Not even close.
Yeah,
Han is my favorite.
If I could pick just Luke from the Jabba scene, I would. But I can't.
I agree, yeah.
So I pick Han.
Yeah, Han is...
However, they would never have left Mos Eisley Spaceport if not for R2-D2. He's the only one who actually solves problems. Everyone else is like, this isn't working. Let's try shooting at it. That didn't work either. And then they're like, R2 figured it out. Let's move to the next stage.
R2, and the thing is with R2, like, they don't only use him for robot hacker stuff. Like, in that scene where...
He fights. He's just like, he's unstoppable.
And just in this movie alone, he uses 2 new weapons that hasn't been seen yet. He has a saw somewhere.
He's a man of many tools. He
tases people, and then also he's a strategist because
he is a strategist because he came up with the whole. He organized the bear attack.
When the Rebel Army was fucked, they were completely fucked. C-3PO was like, "Oh, come catch us," and he turns to R2 and he's like, "Are you sure this would work?"
I'm still convinced R2 sent the first Ewok back to camp to send them all there, because I can't imagine that one little Ewok did that on his own. I'm convinced. Prove me wrong.
Okay, so yeah, I'd say favorite character is Han. MVP is easily
MVP award.
R2-D2.
All right. Best villain.
Honestly, I think Emperor is
Emperor's best villain. I might go with Governor Tarkin. He's the British dude who rolled his R's, who like blew up Leia's planet. Was like, give us the information, we'll leave your planet alone. No, fuck you. Why of course not. We're the bad guys.
Yeah.
Because he was very on point, and he was like actually a jackass the whole time.
Yeah.
He would be my worst, because the Emperor is just kind of like got this whole. He's just a little too cackly for my taste.
That's fair. I would, if it wasn't for this scene.
Mm-hmm. It would have been Vader if it wasn't for
like that scene. Just made me think. Vader's not a person. He's a ideology personified.
He's the Emperor's little lapdog.
Yeah, he's a little bitch
the whole time. Yeah, he really.
Vader's such a little bitch.
All right. Character you hated the most.
Easy C-3PO. Like
C-3PO?
I mean, we were subjected to 20 minutes of him in
being
the first
a
movie.
Deity.
Like, oh no. So I was gonna say in the first movie, right?
Yeah.
He's the protag for 20 minutes. And that set the tone for the rest of the trilogy. And then it crescendos to him in this movie becoming a deity. And a
golden god.
And he relishes in it. He just sits on his fucking throne. And he's
my programming doesn't allow me to be a deity, but if you want me to.
Like, he's about to let his friends get eaten. And
he's
then
I shouldn't do that.
C-3PO, don't let them do that. It's like, okay, I won't. I hate him so much. He's such a bitch.
Alright, yeah, no. My most hated character.
How is it not C3? Like, that's unbelievable.
He's annoying, but he doesn't do anything to the plot, so I can't, messing up the plot is what pisses me off the most.
It has to be Luke, then. Luke has to be your least favorite.
It's the fucking rebels for just sending like 5 people to this mission of critical importance. Like they have a briefing with like 100 people in the room, and they're like, "All right, you're gonna go." Or in Return of the Jedi, it's whoever's planning this shit. You know, whatever general like scientist general comes in and explains the plan each time is always my least favorite. So they're like, "All right, you know what I'm going to allow? Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, C-3PO, and R2, all in the same ship. All just like, we have this random code that probably won't work, but you guys can go try it. Like, if you guys died, there wouldn't be a rebellion anymore, but like, let's send you all behind enemy lines at the same time."
Yeah.
It just infuriates me.
I think favorite and least favorite scenes we've gone. Both favorite scenes, Jabba the Hutt scene.
Yeah.
And both least favorite scene, anything with the Ewoks.
The party at the end with the Ewoks isn't so bad because the Ewoks aren't doing anything of any importance, but...
Oh, which, by the way, speaking of the Ewoks, there's one scene where out of the 100 Ewoks that come on, one of them maybe died. Because
and then he's like mourning for his friend or what? Oh my god.
There's more time spent on that death than any other death other than Darth Vader. Like, more than Luke's aunt and uncle, and more than Ben Kenobi. Like, in the initial bit. I will say Ben got his time throughout.
Yeah. But, he definitely did get some, like, delayed mourning.
Aunt and uncle, still nothing. I was waiting for it.
No, it was never coming.
Maybe in the new trilogy.
No.
Luke, yep, there it is. Luke's just like, I'm an orphan. Always been one.
Dude, he forgot. I swear to God, they must have abused him because he ran fast. I don't know. If I keep talking about it, I'm gonna go more extreme over the edge. I don't hate the film that bad. I do dislike it, but
the more I'm talking about, the closer I am to
That's what I'm saying. Is like. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there today.
Jabba the Hutt was so good, and everything else just soured it.
Yeah, it starts off on such a high note. If I could have Empire Strikes Back plus the Jabba scene in a movie, done, easy.
Yeah, I'd say I would actually like that movie.
Yeah, that'd be a net positive. For you,
like if it starts with Jabba, and then it replaces the scene where Luke decides to run into a blizzard. And that's just him being a badass instead? Yeah, the whole thing, yeah.
You'd have to watch it, like, out of order. You'd have to watch it scene by scene and, like, cherry pick them. But, yeah. So, I don't know. So, I guess that's a wrap on Star Wars. I really don't hate the series. But
I hate it so much. If anything,
I still like the concept.
I don't like anything.
Your username for everything is Smart Jedi. Like, what is that?
Well, now I can say I'm smarter than Luke, because Luke's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you are. Alright, oh my gosh. So I guess we're signing off here, or do you have anything more to say?
That's all on my end. We're not too sure yet what our next one will be. Thoughts on maybe... I know we talked about Scott Pilgrim as a possibility.
Yeah, I do Scott Pilgrim. I don't know what else though. There's tons of movies I still haven't seen.
We've been wanting to watch Scott Pilgrim for a while. That might be it. Mm-hmm. I know we've talked about it in Spider-Verse 2 even.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll keep you guys updated.
Yep. So that's it from us.
All right.
Bye. Subscribe, get notifications from us, etc.
I said bye.
Well, I'll keep this part.
Bye.